You're muted. I don't know if you knew that. And you're not muted now. And yet I can't hear you still. And you're live also. So, did you realize all that was going on? Hello? You realize you're live? Did you know you went live? Did you realize that? Okay. Okay. Oh, I can't hear you also, though. So I'm going to play with my settings here.
Okay. This thing has a mute. This little button right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm still like, still a little stupid on it. A little stupid, you know? A little bit stupid.
Well, hello out there, audience. How is everybody doing?
Good morning, Flat Earth British United. Right then. Nathan's watching this right now like this.
I woke up for this.
He might
Really?
He must think that that's funny.
It's got an interesting sense of humor. Haunted.
I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't think he can put his finger on it.
It's just like I was about to go out for a cigarette, and then you just all of a sudden you press the live button. Haunted. You're so crazy.
What is he saying now? Truth versus honesty. How could he? What is that? What in the what? Cat's eyes. Adam Geringizer. I was about to light a cigarette. That's not in my mouth. Oh no!
Oh no, Haunted! That's terrible.
No.
That's terrible.
Party foul. Party foul. So, did you listen? Let's act like jerk off DJs. So I got too much energy. I don't know what to do with it. I'll just channel it into the radio station because I think that this is what people want to hear. So if I talk like this and act like a total asshole, an obnoxious jerk, people might listen to it. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. So.
Yeah.
And they always sound so crisp too. Those, but we can't see me though. That's against the radio rules. They always sound so damn good, right?
It's a vital rule of radio.
God damn, if the world really understood how ugly I am, oh my God. Oh, I don't even know if they'd listen to me. They'd probably say to themselves, I know what this guy looks like. He's so fucking ugly. I can't even, my ears hurt. So anyway.
Ow.
Have you heard about these flat earthers? Have you heard about this?
What?
Exactly. Flat Earth. These people think the Earth is flat. I mean, it's unbelievable. 2017, ladies and gentlemen. Please, can we just? I mean, it's just beyond me. What's next? You know, that's all I have to say. Because I don't really have much to say, but I'll say it anyway. A loser's a loser.
Like, are all planets flat or something? What?
I know. How does it work? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking the question. How does it work? I mean, you know, we have
call in here. If any callers are out there, you can call in to tell us.
Please do call in.
How does it work?
Call us in. If you're a flat earther, we definitely want to hear from you. Okay, and the number back again is 1-800-849. Douchebag. We suck. 800 douche. Call now.
The leader in music only on 10W4105 PM, AM, PM, FM.
All right, and we're back. We're back here talking to Snack to the Future here about these flat earthers. And it's got to be a disease or something. I mean, these people, were they vaccinated or were they not vaccinated?
Not vaccinated enough, maybe.
Oh my God. Sometimes I have these flights of suction. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I suck so much on a daily basis. It just comes back to me in a sucking form. And I go, and I get all sucked up. I get sucked up. It sucks, but it happens. I think I suck. I might suck too, but hey, you know, I'm on the radio, so it's okay. At least they can't see me sucking. Whoa! You ever get that sucking feeling? You've lost that sucking. I heard that was the original version.
Wow, I'm gonna have to go get that cigarette now. I'm gonna have to do that. So.
You need to crunch up.
Yeah, I gotta
crunch up your voice a little bit so you can get that real good gravel voice. Yeah. So you can talk to people on the radio and convince them of anything as long as you sound like this. So we're going to go live to the chat room over here. And this is coming from Boise, Idaho. Adam Garinger. It's dumb as shit. The guy who hosted the conference was a fucking Christian. I think this is the government rollout everybody is thinking. The next thing you know, we're going to war on the plane over whose God made this place. You know, Adam, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. There's nothing like a little Christian interlude to get the party started, you know? A little bit of guilt for everyone, pass it out in little bags and stuff. In my experiences, whenever I've gone to a flat earth conference, you got to bring, we used to have a joke. Who brought the preacher? Oh, we have another call here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Got a little technical difficulties. That's never happened before. Never.
Shut up! You shut up! You shut up! You shut up! You shut up! Shut up!
Whoa.
Shut the fuck up! You shut up! Shut up!
Okay. Looks like all right. And so the joke was, who brought the preacher? Get it? I feel like nobody gets it. I think I get it.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
He's not so good in a crowd, but when you get him alone.
Okay, he'll talk to you about the flat earth movement, everybody. That's what he'll do when he gets you alone.
Hi, I'd like to say something about the flat earth. Long-time follower, first-time caller, flat earth.
Talk to us here.
Really enjoy listening to some of the shows on
We
flat
don't
earth.
need your education. We don't need your thought control.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know where that came from. Whoa. Hello. Maybe more people will start watching this. You know, they see a title like Flat Earth Truth versus Honesty, and they go running. You know why? Because we got too many conspiratards in the Flat Earth house. proverbial house. I forgot to put that in the proverbial flat Earth house. We got too many conspiratards, and I think we need to do some house cleaning. What do you think about that, Snack? What do you think about that?
Yeah, we need to cleanse this place of all impurities. It's like a
Mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
There we go. See, now we have 3 people watching, and if we go,
and you have upped your soundboard game tremendously in the last 10 seconds. It's been. I'm saying, like, I'm just giving you an opening. Yeah, there you go.
So we have 3 people watching. Where is everyone? Where is everyone?
3 people.
I think everyone's laughing their ass off over at Poncho Penis. Oh, whoops, Poncho Pete.
I'm allowed over there now, so don't fuck with my ghetto pass.
Seems like we've patched things up at the Poncho house. Snack.
Yes.
I'll let you over. What are they doing? They got 20 people watching. All right, I'm gonna have to go on here. Let me share my fucking screen.
A lot of them are sleeping. Probably some of them are probably sleeping. But like David Banner and Cat's Eyes and I think Anita are usually up right around about these times.
Don't you hate it when people over curse? I can't stand over cursing.
Kind of like Al Pacino.
Yeah, fucking.
You fucking pussy motherfucking fucks.
Fuckity fuck.
You fuck bags and want to fuck my fuck.
Let's see here. A little.
I'll shit on your fuck.
I'll shit on you. Hey, people.
I apologize to anybody that may be small children around. I'm sorry. I'm just doing. This is an impression of Al Pacino. This is not.
Come on, you can do it.
My Al Pacino impressions.
Hey, people.
Al Pacino impressions are not supported, but we're streaming live in HTTP.
Right, that didn't work. Okay, yeah, that worked. Let me try that again. Hey, people, I'm streaming live at this moment.
You need an effects really box too, like some reverb, like some God voice. Just the button. You just like hello. You need that.
Okay,
set up too.
Looks like the enter doesn't want to work.
Get it all. No.
Haunted stream.
How do I find your stream? This is a show. We're on a show right now.
Yeah, that works.
Me and Haunted, we're literally just talking here. Literally just talking about, all the things, microphones, cameras and such, and he just starts streaming. So what more to do? I'm just here. I'm just having a chat with the man, and it's like, boom. We're now a show. So we're on YouTube right now. I'm just kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what is going on right here. UK Talk. Did you listen to this horrendous fucking delivery of this horrendous fucking debate? Poor excuse for a debate.
I don't know.
Seriously, was a poor excuse for a debate. I mean, I heard something I could not believe. We're
coming in a little bit above Space Videos and just under Alex Jones. So that's pretty good right now.
Let's check the flat.
We've got like 5 real copacetic.
Flat Earth asshole made a new video.
Copacetic, man.
There he is. Hey guys, I'll speak for him. Hey guys, is it working? Let me see live.
I feel like copacetic actually lifted me off the ground when I gave him a hug. Or when he gave me a hug, really, I think that's what happened. Awesome. What a cool dude.
Who is Copacetic? Why do I not remember him?
I don't know.
Why am I showing this fucking douchebag?
You probably drunk. Why are you? What is going on? Are you trying to what are you trying to say, man? Yeah. Yeah, Cope's a big guy. I mean, I'm not a big guy, but Cope's a big guy, and he You picked me off the ground.
Go find the others. Go find the others was a big guy.
Oh, shit, dude. He's tall, but I think Copacetic probably could have played like, I don't know, on some football team somewhere. Like, you know, I don't know. He could, like, if there were three of me, he could have just plowed all three of us over. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm waking up here. Hey, what's going on? It's 4 a.m. in Denver. No, it's 5:47. I just lost an hour. Did I gain? I'm not really sure what time it is. I'm totally confused. Crow 777 is right. They're fucking with the time. They're fucking with their minds.
I do like this video. It looks very professional. Very professional.
That's a good flat Earth name. Spherical Earth.
Sphere
That's
and loading.
tight.
I came up with that one. Sphere
got
and
some
loading. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not bad. So, like, we had
Spherical Earth.
I think I'm hearing. Am I hearing myself on the?
That would be
stream
my
right now?
phone. That would be my phone.
No, I'm listening to the. This is such a noob mistake here. No, wait, no, I'm not.
Spherical Earth. There he is, or she.
Spirit. Love the flat.
Love the flat Earth.
You gotta. It's flat in sections, and you should love all those sections, even if you might believe that this is a ball. This is a large ball. You'd be like, I like this flat area. I call it my front yard. I like this flat area. I call it my back. Well, I don't know. I guess if you're blessed with level topography and good drainage, that's a nice thing. We're going to talk about that with Flat Earth Speculation on the Flat Earth Speculation Hour here on Real Estate.
I don't understand it.
I don't know.
These flat
It's the
earthers.
Glenn Ross style of flat Earth real estate. We're going to sell you flat real estate like you can't believe.
That's a good voice you just did there. That's unrecognizable.
Hey, thanks, almost right.
We're gonna sell you on. We're gonna sell you some real estate when you listen to this video and this program. And there's a lot of things to learn when you listen to us talk about stuff. Just the other day, I listened to a video on the
show
YouTube.
you how to be credit. We're going to show you how to be realty.
And I'm officially the age where one person starts to call videos on YouTubes. So my son, he makes the YouTubes.
Yeah.
He does the YouTube. So he did a YouTube, right? I'm taking a dump. And he's like, well, hey, I'm taking a dump. I'm making a YouTube.
Like, hey. What are you doing? What are you doing, kid? So we're still online here, actually increasing viewers up to 9 now. This is, I don't know, high watermark. Yeah, I think we're about like, I think we're 3 trolls, 4 watchers, and 1 CIA member. I don't know. Oh no, I don't know. I think we're on our way up to 33 here. This is film like the 33 elevator.
Oh,
I'm liking it.
We just passed your cameo. Your cameo.
How's that?
Right over here, Twin Serpent. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Bajang.
Oh, no.
Bam.
Oh, that's
Bam
funny.
skippers.
That's me warming up. Yeah.
So we have another call here. His name is...
It kind of looks like I'm making a weird face there, though.
Jonathan Vincent.
I am making a weird face. I don't know.
Caller, what is it you have to say for yourself? Well...
Caller?
Yeah. I just wanted to call about the conspiratardism in Flat Earth. I think it's going to ruin the movement. It's a pretty solid movement. There's a lot of cool people involved in it. And talking about Illuminatis and New World Orders and 9/11s, I understand we need to be vocal about these sort of things.
Have you been watching YouTubes with Illuminatis lately?
I did watch.
Is that why you're saying this?
I did watch a YouTube with an Illuminati, and I don't feel good after it. I just don't feel good.
Did it have like deep synthesizer music that made you like maybe have to take a poop?
It was kind of like
The Illuminati.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That was there. Oh, this is great. I'm watching these
YouTube?
clips here. Yeah. Oh, the flat Earth bike is deadly awesome. I love it. It's wood. Wood is one of my favorite textures in nature. It's awesome.
He made that chisel.
Chris
out of
Pontius
fucking-
is a fucking wizard. Chris Pontius is Gandalf of he's Gandalf of flat earther artists. Understand this, everybody, all 10 of you. Chris Pontius is the real deal. That guy should work for Disney. There's Snack to the Future right there. And Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy? Jimmy's like, I'm still breathing. I haven't slept. I don't know.
He was like, anybody need
Ever.
anything? Anybody need anything? Hello?
Love Jimmy. Thank you so much for everything, Jimmy. You're the best.
Freaking amazing. Powerhouse. Nonstop. Line drive.
I
kinda
think they
guy.
do on the James Lipton. James Lipton inside the Actors Studio. He always asks a closer question. He's like, "And who would you like to be most in a foxhole with?" I don't know if James Lipton just has a foxhole fantasy, but Jimmy is a
He
hell
has
of a
a
guy to be in a
foxhole.
foxhole with.
He has a foxhole in his backyard.
I mean this in a totally
I'm sorry. It's just it's a foxhole simulator.
respectable way. I was actually hoping that we might. There's actually a virtual reality arcade around here, and I was really hoping that we could get like a sphere, like on the globe, like VR, like a Lawnmower Man style. You know, like you're spinning. You know, remember like the old school virtual reality like rigs or like a big Universal Man type thing. Of course, you remember that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh
His name
yeah.
was like his name was Job or something like that. Jed. Jedediah.
Is it might be Job.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Little jambone, right there.
Yep. What do we got here? Am I live? Am I watching this live? Are we really accurately live? I'm wearing shorts there. That's great. That's all your fault too. Tell the audience about how I drove over to your hotel room, and then you're like, okay, let's we're gonna take my car. We're gonna take your car. You're like, I just got this rental. And then we're back at FEMA, and I'm like, where the hell's? And you're tuning up the drums, and I'm basically like, I don't know where the hell my car is, but my pants are in there, so I'm stuck wearing shorts. Some of these clips, you know, because I'm adventurous. You know, I'm an adventurous performer, and I don't know. I think my ankles arguably are much better than Tim Osmond's ankles, but that is just, you know, a subjective
Who's this right here?
conclusion. I'm joking.
Is this Channel?
Hey, there's you on the drums. There's me. Guess what? On the saxophone.
And that's Channel.
Interesting look. Thank you to it. Yeah. Yeah. I was half getting sick to it, and I was just like, and it was getting cold, and this whole thing's outdoors. So I was like, you know, going in and out of doors. I was like, I'm keeping this crazy ass hat on.
Let's see if I can replicate that face.
Can you? You look like there's like somebody just stole a packet of gum about 300 yards away from you. Can you try that? I'm just waiting for the. Looks fancy.
Oh boy.
That's. I think you need like the 500-yard stare. It's
What do they call that?
Very good
500
imitation.
yards?
Yeah, very funny.
Is that supposed to be like when people are flatter? When people are PTSD, they have the 500-yard stare, and they're like, "No."
Yeah, that PTSD drummer look. Post-traumatic drum disorder.
Post-traumatic drummer.
Stress drum.
He doesn't play
Again,
drums
I
anymore.
need.
Why? Why doesn't he play
Hey,
drums? Post-traumatic stress.
So what happened was at 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, I check my messages. I'm talking to Hunter for an hour and smoking bowls. And now guess what? I'm here. So what's up, Helio Skeptic? Dennis, my man. What's up, brother? How you doing?
How you doing?
Hope everything's good by you, man. How you doing? How you doing? Hope everything is good for you.
Hey,
how you doing? You're in like he's in
So how you
Alabama
doing?
or he's in
Alabama?
Arkansas.
That's my new thing now.
I don't
Saying words fast.
Same
But take the accents and move them around a little bit. Like Alabama is now Alabama.
Alabama. Whoa, hangout. Whoa, you're just that's your link up there, buddy.
Or helioscopic.
What they do is they suggest that you don't do things like where you just have a link hanging out for extended. Nobody would
do that.
I know. We'd have to be making sense. I know.
Why is it stuck?
I hear you. Well, I guess everybody's invited. Hey, can you write that down? I don't know. It's underscore YT
Dario
806TZ. I don't know. You figure it out, people.
Let's see what we got here.
It's still stuck on that though, but that's not a good look either for the live stream. I think people will be like confused as to what they're actually viewing.
Yeah, why is it stuck?
You know,
I don't have it.
Can you get it off? Can you make it not do that? Maybe, possibly.
Oh, I know what happened.
Truck. It's truck time.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh, because you're screen sharing. Okay, now we're back to a different mode here. Okay, this is good. Fantastic. Okay, all right. Well, anyone who'd like to join in could join in, I suppose.
All right, then.
No, do it again. You just did it once again. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Here we go then. So now we can get a little bit of music here. Gonna have to do a
Dave Lopez says, "Where's my wrench then?"
All right, here we go. Let's listen to that snack jam.
You see, ADR is proving my point here.
Yeah. Oh my God! Get the monkey off the computers.
Haunted. I'm gonna just take a moment, regroup for a second, and I'll be back.
Go ahead and regroup.
That didn't sound too bad.
That girl right there, Tommy Ray. Her name was Tommy. Very interesting. Very nice. Had a little bit of God, Jesus freakage going on, but very nice. And this guy right here, E-Pond. Wow, that sounds pretty good.
It's a flat earth motorcycle? Yeah. No, it's made by a guy who is a flat earther. No, it makes it way more badass because you'll never see one in your whole life like that. I'm gonna just go to show you that flat earthers aren't fucking stupid, right?
I don't know about that, Earth Pond.
He's a curvert. Are you a curvert or what? Yeah. If you're a globie, you're a curvert. It's like a pervert, but you believe in curve. Are you a curvert then? You're not that curvert. Hey, you can come up to this party if you want. You know, we have this whole rooftop to ourselves. It's pretty dope. It's filled with flat earthers, though. Alright, by all means. There's this guy down on the street, and he was checking out Chris.
Woo! That's a good clip right there.
There's this guy down on the street, and he was checking out Chris Pontius's motorcycle, which is the official Flat Earth motorcycle. I decided to go ahead and tell him that, you know, that's the Flat Earth motorcycle. And a guy made it, and he's a Flat Earther, so clearly Flat Earthers aren't as retarded as that guy might have presumed. And he kind of invited him up to the party, and here we are.
What? Oh, who was that guy?
Invited him up.
Oh man, I wish I had fuck. What is the yada da da da? That's the deal. Double G. Fuck. What is that? Oh my god. Oh my god. What is it called, man? When you oh, somebody tell me what the thing is called when you do something and it's like, you know, you sneak up, you do something gangster. That's the term that's used for it. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. When you throw the sunglasses come on, and then, you know, come on, somebody knows what I'm talking about. It's not gangster though. It's like yada da da da. It's the deal, double G. Whip, whip. Snoop Dogg in the house. Thug Life. There you go. There you go. David Roca. Roca. That's the one I was looking for. You got it, baby. That's the one. Do it.
That's the Flat Earth motorcycle. And a guy made it, and he's a Flat Earther, so clearly Flat Earthers aren't as retarded as that guy might have presumed. And we kind of invited him up to
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the D.R.E. Yeah.
the party, and here we are. You kind of insulted him, but then kind of became friends, like within a minute. Yeah. So the whole thing with Flat Earth is, you know, it seems quite silly
Uh-oh. There he is. Fuck, that's not the one.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what?
Okay, it's not that funny.
these ongoing people. And here he is, and now we're buds, yeah? We're buds. Buds are pervert, and here you are. And I'm all about it. He's all about it. He's down about it. Yeah, so this is a sort of representation of space. Like, we don't believe in space. Like, there's a next space. So you can't always see the sun. This is a very isolated model.
What was that question? Why can't I always see the sun? How would I have answered that question? You can't always see the sun because it's too far away. Yada da da da, dun dun. It's a DLG. Woo! Snoop Dogg. Yada da da da. Snoop Dogg.
Why can't you always see the sun? 'Cause it's too far away. Why can't you see
It
the
sounds scary when you
sun?
talk weird like that.
What do you mean it's too far away? I mean, it's too far away. You can't see shit that's too far away. But the things that you can see, that means that they're not far away. Hello, there it is. There's the fucking answer everybody's trying to think of. Everybody tries to prove so many people. When you try to prove, stop proving things to people. You can't prove flat earth to people. It's impossible. It's impossible. The person has to ask the question. That's it. End of story. They have to ask the question, or you have to do the job asking them the questions.
And
So,
boom goes the dynamite. Yeah.
with respect to stars, if I can see a star like the one I saw earlier tonight at around 9 p.m. when it was dark in Brooklyn, I looked up and I saw that fucking star, and I said to myself, it has to be close because I can see it. End of story. Humans cannot see a gagillion miles. You know why? Because there's nothing a gagillion miles away. You can't do it. Nope, there's no argument. You know why there's no argument? Because I thought about it and I didn't come up with anything. I use the scientific method. You know what the scientific method is really good for? For fucking researching flat earth. That's what it's good for. It's good. We need to use the scientific method on our own silly goddamn experiments. Don't tell people that the sun and don't tell people that the moon gives off cold shit, cold light, if you don't know for yourself. I know it sounds fun and you want to get like buzzwords and little sound bites and cool shit to say, like there is no space. That it's true though. Technically there is no space. There's no space between anything. It's one solid object. It's just less dense in certain parts. There's no space between me and the sun. We're all connected. I'm connected through all the air particles, the cloud particles, and everything else. That's why things vibrate. By the way, figured this one out last night too. Why does everything vibrate? Because everything is touching. It's all touching something else, no matter what it is. Frequency is how frequently something happens. That's all frequency is. So don't tell people like, it's like a frequency vibration kind of thing. It really resonates the frequency vibration in me. So I'm going to raise my vibration. You can't raise your vibration. You could jump all over the place. You're not really going to raise your vibration. You could get anxious and you could stand next to a cell phone tower, which is super duper high frequency. High frequencies are ugly. They sound like shit. If you don't really want high-pitched sounds in your ears, because they're unpleasant. And all they do is hurt. Body-shattering frequencies. What you want to do is lower your frequency and raise your consciousness. Make yourself more aware. The two have nothing to do with each other. Although, I could definitely see some connection, though, if you did lower your vibration. Meaning get closer to stillness, get closer to 0 point, whatever you want to call it, get close to the magnetic still light, get with the vibrate, like 8 hertz. 8 hertz, the Schumann resonance of the earth. 8 hertz is inaudible. Anything under 16 subsonic is inaudible. Besides, you wouldn't want to really be anything, wouldn't want to be near any sound waves like that, because played at the right decibel level, they could flip you inside out and disembowel somebody, because everything starts to vibrate and waves are formed and your insides will literally just start sliding out of your rectum. Did he just say insides sliding out of his rectum?
I don't know if that was like expressly necessary for the illustrating of the point, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, of course. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes,
So rule number 2.
Yeah.
Rule number 2.
Yeah.
If you're going to talk flat earth with someone, don't say the word Illuminati. Okay? Because if you say the word Illuminati, all bets are off. Hit the bricks. You're out. Forget about it. You just lost your audience. Shouldn't have an audience anyway. Just ask fucking people. Here it is. Here it is, folks. This is how you get people into the flat earth, if that's what you want to do. Ask them, how do you prove it to yourself? How do you prove to yourself Earth is a sphere? No NASA, no books, no computers. How do you rationalize a spherical Earth in your head? That's the question that needs to be asked. Nothing else. If they can't come up with the answer, then they can't prove it. And if they stand there and say the Earth is a sphere anyway, they have what's called a mental disorder. A mental disorder. It's the equivalent of them saying they're Mighty Mouse, or they're really just a cinder block standing there saying hello to you. It's mental disorder time. Lost. Game over. Walk away from that person if they stick with it. Just turn your back on them. You don't have to save the world. You don't have to save everybody. That's a very narcissistic characteristic trait. Everyone talks about narcissism, ego-based and all that. Not really. The first time I ever heard the word narcissist mentioned, it was because it was in reference to people who feel that they need to save the world. They need to save everybody. They need to inject themselves into everything. So don't do that. Let people come to you, and don't sound desperate. Stop. If it's not working, if they're not feeling it, then you did your work. You already did it. If the words were put out into the air, you casted your spell. Walk away. But once you start sounding desperate, like that fucking video of the guy in the Uber cab talking to the engineer or the physicist or whatever she is, that guy in the car sounded desperate. He really needed her to believe him. Don't go there. You shouldn't need people to believe what you're saying. If that's the case, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. People should be writing this down. What are you, the fucking word of God over here? People should be. Do you hear what he said? People should be writing this down. Holy shit!
No, we're going to do something even better. We're going to use the digital. We're going to record it on digital media. Even better. Oh, that doesn't sound good. You know, it's actually funny. Like when I hear myself over your speaker, it's like a pitch lower than it really is. Am I interrupting you? I'm totally interrupting you. Shit.
My rant.
Sorry.
Let's see what else.
Okay. Can I just say something real quick? That I want to plug for Chris Pontius. I totally want to shill for that guy.
I don't remember that song.
Dude, man, Sprite.
Ace McCloud.
Shit. Man, all the people right there, it's crazy. It's awesome.
Let's go scan past that.
And my friend, flat earth friend that I made in Denver, he was doing live painting.
We got, who's this one? I remember her. She's cute. Isn't that Twin Serpents?
Where is it?
Right here. Isn't that him?
I think that is, yeah.
This was the dude who played Sprite, yeah. Sprite. And Monique. Chanel Hillary.
Chanel. One-Eyed Jack. A little OBL.
One-Eyed Jack right here.
Yeah.
OBL. That dude was cool. The dude painting, I like.
That's
him.
my friend, and he was a friend that I made when I was just in Denver here, and he happened to be already a flat earther. Never really but I guess other models. I'm hearing like a fucking echo, dude. Can you make that?
Oh shit, man! Sorry about that. I got to turn the volume off.
No memento. So we can capture my high quality voice here. Yes, awesome. Kenneth met him in Denver, and he was like, he started off on like Hollow Earth. He got into Flat Earth. And he was like, he wanted to do a live painting. He was just like, can I do something for your art show? And I was like, yeah, totally, man. It'd be like a pleasure to have you. So it was, yeah, that was an interesting one. Just out of nowhere, kind of cool. I mean, there's people, there are Fepes there, you know, that is for real, I think, man. There definitely are a lot of people all over the place into this. And he had never heard of the Denver meetup or really didn't follow any of the YouTube stuff. Probably never watched a YouTube video on anything before.
Hey, Twin Serpent! Shout out to Twin Serpents in the house. Twin Serpent.
Oh, what? Twin Serpents.
Hey, what?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Who else is in the house? Let's go see who's in the house.
I'm gonna go check out who's in the house. This is.
Why is this guy calling himself a haunted house? What is that supposed to mean? Twin Serpent.
That's so nice.
Do we know David Rocha?
Rocha. He says, yeah. I don't know. Where are you from, David? I'm detecting an English accent in your type. But that could just be the weed. I don't know.
See who else we got here. Flat Earth oh no. MGTV.
Yeah.
Second.
That was a. I don't.
What the hell's he doing here? MGTV.
Wrench me up, dude. Wrench me up, dude. I'm going with.
I'll wrench him
Europe.
up.
Somewhere in Europe. I'm feeling. I'm cold reading David Rocha right now.
All right. So anybody in the crowd here want to debate?
Sorry.
Anybody want to go there? Spherical Earth, and there are no forests, and volcanoes are fake. All part of how to win friends and influence people.
Well,
so we're taking out the garbage today. That's what we're doing. We're taking out the fucking garbage. Taking out the fucking garbage the way it should be done. Why do you do these live hangouts? Because I'm saying things that other people haven't said yet. At least I'm trying to do it.
You're tuned into the garbage man here on YouTube's.
You're tuned into the garbage man over here.
On the YouTube.
We're doing the YouTubes right now. You're tuned into the garbage man taking out the flat earth garbage. Okay. We got a couple of bags over here in a barrel. What's in the barrel?
Here with the morning zoo crew here.
I'm a guy named Flat Earth Reset, and I don't like the Flat Earth people. Well, I do like. I don't know what the hell's going on. My real name is Flat Earth Retard.
Flat Earth Reset, and I also do not appreciate all these other things. And you keep talking while we're talking. We're just gonna.
Why's that IPS got to have so many followers? I want them followers. They're not my followers. What about me? What about me?
I could use more than I have.
And our favorite guy, the guy who makes the best voices, Flat Earth Asshole.
So, Haunty Daunty House, do you want to make videos about me? Yeah. Well, buddy, I think
it's going to be better if you do that. You should put the cam on, man. You know, for this Flat Earth Asshole impression.
No, I can't.
No, okay.
I really can't look that retarded. I can't afford to look that retarded.
You'll never live that you'll never live down. Other things you might get through. That you'll never.
They say truth is social suicide, but I think being a flat earth anus hole is even more more suicidal. God, what the fake? How am I gonna make a video that everybody watches? That I'll piss some people off, but I know where I stand. I'm the Flat Earth Asshole. Notoriety on the instant, boy. Yeah. You know why I got all that attention? Because I'm obnoxious and I bring TVs to open mics and then they almost fall over. And then I tell people that nobody landed on the moon, especially people who don't give a shit. So I do a good job of wasting my time. Yeah. When I'm not wasting my time and other people's time, I'm doing cover songs. Yeah, I'm a Ram on like a stone. You ever hear my Chris Cornell? Wait, he's not Southern. Why am I doing Southern guy? Haunty pants. Hey, Bobby. So you're gonna make? Didn't you know that satellites don't exist, buddy? So what you are is a disinformation campaign, boy. Okay, Bobby boy. Did you get my email, Bobby boy? Bobby boy. If I find you, Bobby boy, I'm gonna put my stupid hat on you and smack you around.
I think probably in a way, like I haven't watched enough Flat Earth Asshole, but maybe in a way, you're making me feel like I don't want to watch it.
Well,
More
he's
Flat Earth
the
Asshole.
guy who's going to tell us that anyone who uses the AE map is fake. You stop existing when you look at that map. You cease to exist. You're fake. All of a sudden, fake. Sudden fakeness comes over you. As a muffle equidistantality, AEE map, disinformation, because we all know that it's a hi Flat Earth asshole.
I don't know if I don't agree with that.
Let me just straighten this one out for you, there, buddy. Last time I checked, there aren't any maps. There aren't any maps that are accurate. None of them. A square is just taking the ring, cutting the ring, and leaving it open. Something like
Yeah.
like I don't have my props.
Yeah.
But
Why don't you get your props?
I've got a prop for everybody.
You're gonna be like Flat Earth's Carrot Top in about 2 years.
Flat Earth steroids. Flat Earth. I'm surprised Carrot Top's not. But you know, these days, if you're not a flat earther, what are you gonna do? What's the next best thing? Go against attention whore. I'm an attention whore, and this is a great group of people that are so easily triggered.
Have we heard anything from Carrot Top recently though? I mean, he could be stuck on a couch in a flat Earth hole this entire year, and we wouldn't have even known it. Maybe he'll come back out and be like, "Hey, guess what? I'm Carrot Top, and I think the Earth's flat." You know, that would be great.
He's still using that call waiting phone with the little, you know, the one with the, the fucking. The
We had to collect. Oh, he's making that money.
The cups within the cups.
The cups and the cups.
Gotta love that joke. And if you're gonna use this new technology called the can phone, you gotta have call waiting. Waka waka waka. God,
Wow. I want to say a shout out to David Roca's font. I don't know how you're doing that, but it's dope.
David Roca font.
Oh, shout out to Issa Mahalski.
Issa
My
Mahalski
man.
and the Houski.
Give that man a link. Give that man a link or something. Or I'll do that. What am I-
Flat
who
Earth
am I
asshole
who
is a
are you
good
talking?
example.
This-
Is
It's
a good
your show.
example of what you don't do with popularity. It's exactly what you don't do. So here's my example of how to explain the square map. Because everyone's looking at it like, you know, what's he talking about? There's no portals. What are you talking about, portals? You can't do that. It can't be a square. You fall off and shit, and you're like, boom, bang. You fucking, how you gonna get to the other side and shits? The fuck? Can't do that. So,
The fuck?
here's a Mark Sargent so. Here we go. But. I like Mark because everybody hates him. I have to go there. So we're here. All right, guys, I won't say Truman Show anymore. All right, I won't say it. So we're living in a
Snow globe like
Snow globe like.
enclosure. Truman Show.
It's a Truman Show. Truman Show. Jim Carrey, directed by Peter Weir. Okay, so this is our rectangular piece of sandpaper here. It's not a map. This is a piece of sandpaper. So if you took the rectangular and went like this and joined it, and you took it, right? And you took this side and this side, because all it is, it's not, a map is a representation on paper of what somebody thinks the earth looks like. So if I need to represent something that's believed to be this, I'm just going to take the back part and go, whoop. There you go. There's the map. But you can't go over here. And how do you do that? Duh. It's already presupposed. It's already understood that it connects. But I still don't understand why it's got to be like that. Why they need to be like that. You know, they don't get that. That's not helping. The AE map is based off the globe, but it's probably because you have north in the middle.
The AE map is based off the. Is that not based off of the Mercator, the Gleason's map?
Hey, by the way,
I think
you're right. But I was watching a NASA video because that's all I do.
Let me finish. I'm sorry, Gleason's map. All the continents seem to be shaped just like in the Gleason's map, so it looks like it's a Gleason's map that's azimuthally equidistanted, a transform, if you will, on the original shapes of the Mercator map. So that's probably one part that's not that great. And then the other thing is that map is really explaining the solar cycle, right? So it's showing you time because it's accurate as far as like time zones and stuff, but it's not visually accurate as far as the size of the continents because they're bigger in the outer ring. They're like 4 times as large. So okay, thank you. I'm done. As far as the.
Let me just say to I see Lewis Hackett here in the chat. Sorry, Lewis Hackett, but you don't get it yet, buddy. You just don't get it. You don't get it. What's being explained here, or trying what's being attempted? What we're attempting to explain here is that nobody knows. Nobody knows. They can get a relative idea, sure. But nobody knows, which is why you have license to make a fucking map and project it wherever the fuck you want. That's what everyone does, and it works just fine. I don't have a problem with the maps. I don't have problems with the maps. It's fucking flat. Maps are flat. Nobody takes a globe with them, but that point has been made. And don't make that your argument for flat Earth. Please don't make that your fucking argument. And don't say water sticking to a ball. Please don't say that. That's not really going to help anybody. Because I understand what they're saying, but it's just
you just put an image in their head of a wet ball.
Yeah. Once you start using spherical images once you start using a spherical model to try to explain,
it's like you don't want to define what you're saying.
You can't prove a negative.
You know,
you can't prove a negative.
You can't prove a negative. That's it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, old Gil, he knows you can't prove an old negative. Oh man, when I used to do this, I've been doing this for 30 years. You know, oh boy, you can't prove a negative. You can't prove something doesn't or isn't or wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. But so I'm looking at this NASA video here. NASA. You ever hear people call NASA Nassau? What the fuck is up with that? I don't care. Here we go.
NASA.
So Goddard.
That's all.
Goddard, right here. I'll have to send it to my computer, but for the time being,
That's all.
it is.
We can see your keyboard, so it just. But for a second, it was good. It was very good for a
This
second.
camera's good enough to do this with.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, so let me
Yeah,
put it in.
Goddard's got a lot of stuff going on. Libraries, charities, space centers and shit.
It'll focus.
Cool name too, right? Hey, do you know that new show, The Orville?
Orville Dam?
The Orville. It's called The Orville. Have you heard of this?
No.
No, you haven't heard of it. Seth MacFarlane, right? It's like a dead fucking ripoff of Star Trek, right? Called The Orville. It's the name of the ship. I comes to go to anagram it because I likes to do that kind of thing, and it comes out to you won't believe this. What do you think? You think it's something obvious? It's The Orville comes out to Hitler love. I'm like, what the fuck? That's a pretty good hit right off the bat. Hitler love. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Tyson. Back to you, Haunted House.
Neil Degrasse. Here we go. There it is. Why? My computer's been doing this fucking shit lately. Come on, activity monitor. Good old activity monitor. Ha. Hey. It's a midlife crisis. Okay, wait, did I get it? Did I get it? You know what was weird yesterday? I heard the same fucking Dylan song twice. Called I Want You, Babe. I Want You, Babe. Want you so bad. Okay. Let me send it. It's so, why can't we just send Bluetooth? Like, I want to put something on my computer. Why do I have to go there? Okay. Send. Up. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Bam. Oh, it's from the email address. Oh, all right then. Glavin. Did he just say Glavin? It needs more flubber. Glavin. Okay. Oh, I got some cool pictures here. Great, great, great. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. It's good stuff, people. We got a lot going on here.
Did you find some good stuff?
This guy, he claims to be saying things that nobody else is saying, but all I do is I hear the same thing. Hey.
Go Yankees. Go Yankees.
All I hear is the same fucking nonsense. This flat earth jerks. But something inside of me just keeps me coming back for more. I don't know what it is. I don't believe in that flat earth shit, but I'll listen to it. Hey, I'll listen to it. I'll engage. Okay. So this picture is funny. I almost got into an accident trying to capture this picture. So let me go to the snipe room. Entire screen. Present it to everybody. Don't you hate that when people gotta talk while they're doing something like that? Just do it. Do it. Shut up and do it, you fucking idiot. Oh, look at this. Who's that? He's pushing around Osmond? Hello? And we got another one here.
Where's this happening now?
This was in Manhattan.
Osmond. No way. Tim Osmond is a contortionist. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the great Tim Osmond. He fits in a little box. Little orange 33 box.
I'm pushing around my.
This is right in your face, people.
I'm lugging around this.
Homeless guys are moving him.
One of these days it's going to work. But I'm bump bash. So anyway,
I think
Space Shuttle's
soundboard
first
is
operational missions. Movie called We Deliver. Got it off one of those cool archive channels. WDTLV 42 or Jeff Quitney. And we got, this is just a freeze frame screen capture here. So this to me looks like the Puri Rays projection map thing. And back to Tim Osmond. And here is the photo that I was showing before. This is the one I was showing before. This is not the same fucking map as that one. Well, duh. The other one's got little lines on it. The lines? Longines time is now. Are we seeing this? Are we seeing this? That, to me, I don't know what that is, but it can be a representation of the world. Hey, fine, right? Look at how small the Pacific Ocean looks right here. Doesn't look very small. Doesn't it look small? Right here, to me, it looks very small. Small. SM all. Let's go to the tape. God, if I got to watch that fucking West Wing clip again. Everybody loves that. And the people making Flat Earth videos, please stop rehashing all that compilation shit. There should be more stuff out there if we really know what we're talking about. What does he think he's doing? Using scientific method on this shit? Was he trying to like put the clamp down on the Flat Earth output? Content? Content. Whew. Talk about overused words. That would be one of them. Epoch. So, Piri Reis map. That's not the map I want to look at. I don't know why it's showing me that goddamn map. I don't think it's spelled right. Monitor. No, thank you. No, the Gall Peters. That's what it is. That's the one. Got that wrong. Fucking Flat Earth retard. Hey, retard. Why don't you start calling yourself Reset? And while you're at it, call yourself Flat Earth retard. How about, can I call myself Flat Earth Reset? Call yourself whatever you want, idiot. So, this is this? I know it's blurry. That's because it was a panning shot filmed on, whoopsie. Holy shit. Fucking goddamn. That's the fucking receipt I've been looking for. Holy shit. I'm so glad that that's there. So anyway, NASA's using this map because this right here looks identically to this one. That's right. The god of identicalism. Identicles. Bam, shabam, bam, shabam, bam. Here's the distortion. Pick your distortion because every single map projection has at least one area of distortion.
What is that? Gall Peters or some shit?
Yes, it is. The Gall Peters.
All fucked up.
There you go. This is what Jesse Kozlowski thinks the world is. An ellipsoid on the revolution. He thinks it's an egg.
Like he thinks it's a DARPA.
We've known it
It's a DARPA logo, do we? It's a 5-layer ellipsoid hyper vacuum, right? AKA. Shout out to Robert Bassano.
Robert Bassano?
5-layer ellipsoid. It's the DARPA logo. Hello. I don't know. I think that's just like a map projection too. I mean,
You know how they get the distances for stars? They take one
They do.
person and they check the horizon. They get an angle on the horizon. Then they get another person and they measure how
what's your
far
angle,
away.
man? What's your angle, huh?
Yep, how
Okay.
far away those two people are, and they both take their angles. And if this thing is both at 20 degrees, one guy's 20, the other one's 20. It's so fucking ridiculous. And that would only work if it was a flat Earth and the stars were above the area. It wouldn't work the other way, to get distances for fucking stars. And what do they use as a basis? The sun. It's like,
Yeah, 1 AU.
how do they know that the thing
Don't
that
they use an
transits-
AU as a distance, which is
I
like the
think so.
distance from the Earth to the Moon? I believe. But it's
validation, Dad.
validation, Dad. Here.
Louis Wackets thinks it's a thinks it's a ball. He doesn't really think it's a ball. All right, Lanny Fancer's in the house. Nice.
Yeah.
This guy's got his shit together.
I'm some Lanny Fancy.
Fucking video your ass. You step on his leaves. On his toes.
Yeah, man.
Just because we have a record number of people.
Yeah.
Flat Earth
Stuff.
videos from 2007. Are you ready for this? Bam! What's up?
You bet,
Hardcore right here.
brother. You
Matty
better start
Powerlands thought he was-
wrenching these brothers up in here.
Matty Powerlands thought he was in that thought he was the man.
Matty
Everyone
Powerlands.
should be wrenched up. Should be wrenched.
Shroomy. Validation.
Oh,
Dads.
oh, oh,
I
oh,
don't
oh.
know. There's quite a few in the audience that are not properly arranged.
Oh, that was good. They're not properly wrenched. Let me
They're
go
not
and find
properly
that.
arranged. It's
Let me use
you
the
need to
haunted
take
house
your
account.
time sometimes in their accents.
That sounds very
Kathy
good.
Mowerland.
Matthew Power Cans. Wow, did you see the power cans on that one?
The power cans component is the greater of the two at this point.
Here's another haunted word to the wisdom, word to the wise. If you're making tranny videos, it's because you have a tranny fetish.
Mm.
Oh, how no, you got a tranny fetish. Oh yeah.
That sounds like
What
a
are you
good
talking
principle.
about? I don't have a tranny fetish. I'm just trying to scare the. I'm just trying to
You got a
scare.
tranny fetish. Ow. Ow.
You know, that's what it is. Guys who never had like dates,
I'm just
Shit like
curious
that, like
about.
they just want to make everyone freak out about not recognizing women for women. I think that's what it is.
I don't know. And then there's the whole. I mean, how many like, excuse me, how many songs recently have come out where it's like, "Hey, baby, I love you in the morning without your makeup on," kind of stuff. And you like so much goes into putting on a face. You know what I mean? That's like on a Victoria's Secret catalog or what have you. You know what I mean? Like, where's the real beauty at? I think we're I think it's a cultural sickness that we don't have this realistic kind of view of the other sex, I guess, in the right way sometimes. It's too it's beyond to say this is Madison Avenue all over again. That actually has had a cumulative like dysmorphic effect, I think, on the perception of shit, man. Am I done here? Can I go?
It's men who want to make it seem like there's an issue. Like you got to watch yourself these days. Like there isn't enough fucking shit we got to worry about with everything else. Here's one more thing to throw on the fire. You know, the girl you're sleeping with may not be a guy, may not be a girl.
Isn't that like
boy,
Jerry
look at
Seinfeld,
me.
She's got man hands. Isn't
Look
it,
at me
like
and
man
look what I
hands all over?
discovered. Yeah, I
Pretty
remember
much.
that one. She did have man hands.
Well, she did, but
She had thick hands. You could flush a toilet with those hands. So Louis Wackets is he thinks he can prove flat Earth. Yeah, I mean prove ball bag Earth. You can't do it. But I know you want to like get in the debate and stuff because you hear people talk sometimes. You think to yourselves, they said a few things there that didn't make sense. Get me in a room with that guy. I'll knock him over with my brilliance. I'll knock him over with my brilliance and my attitudes. I'll hit him with so much intelligence, he'll face will fall off. But if I gave him,
kind of like George Costanza as the
he
flat
should be
earther.
able to prove. He should be. Oh, here's what he says. Why does it have to be flat? Oh, nice. Right back to the he who smelt it dealt it argument. Brilliant. Crickets. Everybody can hear the crickets.
Wait, did he really say that? Back to the he who smelt it dealt it argument?
Yeah.
Is that
I'm waiting for his reply.
boy? It's like
I'm waiting for the guy's reply.
match with this Lewis Hackett fella, man.
You want me to do my John Travolta impression
Go for it.
while we're waiting?
Always.
Oh.
That's John Travolta.
That's John Travolta. But then, those summer nights, tell me more. God, I love that movie. Frankie Valli in the beginning.
That's a pretty badass beat. You sing it as Daffy Duck, please.
Grease is a word. It's the word that you heard. It's got move. It's got feeling.
Grease life. Yeah, it's like
Grease is
yeah,
the
it's,
time.
it's,
It's the place.
it's
It's the motion.
it's the new Thug Life. It's
And you know
Grease
what?
Life.
That guy Einar Kus, he does like wacky things like I do, like little bursts of wackiness. But he's not that funny, and everything he does is like got penises all over it. And I like a good penis all over it too.
Peace,
But
peace,
I don't know what I don't get his. Maybe it's European humor, but I can't say I don't like the guy because I never met the guy. And people got to stop judging other people by what they look like on the computer screen, or else they need to welcome
I like
themselves.
Einer's
Same judgment.
videos. They
Stockard
make me
Channing.
laugh.
Is that
Stockard
right,
Channing.
David Dingle? Some people are so touchy. So Louis Wackett says, for example, I have a book that could help. Oh, they love the pee thing, by the way. I still get that one. I think they think it's a weak spot. Like, hey, you know what? If I can't push them over with my arguments, guess
Hit
what?
him with the P.
I'm going to hit them with the pee-pees. Oh. I'm gonna slap him around with a couple of pee-pee comments. Hey, buddy, didn't you didn't you drink a little pee-pee there? Ow! Where you going?
Hey,
where you going?
hey, come on.
Oh,
I thought we were talking
Hey,
here.
I thought we were doing flat earths and stuff, arguments and stuff. Come on, I'm proving it up over here. I'm proving everything. Where you going? Stop proving to me that you're leaving. Come on. Come back. I didn't mean it. I'll drink some of my pee-pee. I did it.
I'm gonna
I
drink
drank
some
some when I
of
was
my
7 years
pee-pee.
old.
I'm sad. I'm
That's
gonna
how
drink some
enlightened
of
I
my
am.
pee-pee.
Flat. The earth is flat. The earth is flat because there's no reason to think otherwise. Okay, let me say that again. The reason why I say the earth is flat is because there's no reason for me to say anything else, no other reason. But to me, the flat earth is so engrossing, inspiring, amazing that
Astounding.
I don't care if anyone thinks it's a fucking sphere. That's where I'm at with this. I don't care if anyone thinks it's a sphere because they're entitled to that. I think they are entitled to that. They're entitled to thinking whatever the fuck they want because it's their world. Although they are bystanders in my world. And I'm a bystander in their world. But if they want to look at it like a ball, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. But can they be honest with themselves? Can they really, truly be honest with themselves? Because I think they care. I think they care. I'm glad I know to stop assuming that what people tell me is the truth, because that would be very naive, very gullible. So I'm going to stop taking secondary information as gospel, as fact, and listen to what my gut says. Because in the end, it's really just me inside my head. It's really just me. I'm alone here, participating with other people, but I'm truly alone in my own head.
In your head.
In my own head, I'm alone.
I don't want to be in your head anymore. That is this conversation though, right? Is like what you said.
He can't, and he's not going to co-opt. Don't worry, everybody. I'm not going to let Louis Wackets infect the conversation, infect the message, because he wants to infect the message with a yeah, but
This
no yeah
butt.
buts allowed.
Right.
No yeah buts.
With his-
Everything
with
that
his
follows
he who
butt.
smelt it dealt it
Everything that follows the
platitudes.
butt. Love that. Everything that follows the butt is bullshit.
That's
Especially when
like Pee Wee Herman's. Like everybody's
Butt.
got a butt. Yeah, everybody's got a big butt. Simone, what's your big butt? Thank you. That was my Pee Wee Herman. Sitting in the dinosaur. Yes. Till sunrise. Louis, go watch Pee Wee's Big Adventure. You know, this is not for you. He who smelled it dealt it. Argument? Come on. Come on.
So what was it? So that that
Oh,
you
that's the name of this. The truth versus honesty. This is actually a much heavier title than I think I'm giving it credit to as 50%, let's say, of this podcast. Truth versus honesty.
There you go.
Wow, that is an interesting. I'm trying to redirect here. You know,
It's earth shattering.
it's my co-hostage. Yeah, it's earth
Flat
shattering.
earth shattering. It shatters the flat earth. Because you know what the earth may be? The earth may be a microcosm of a macrocosm of a macrocosm of a microcosm. Because when you zoom into the palm of your hand, you keep magnifying and magnifying and magnifying. And then you find little worlds. So if I'm as big as one of those little things on that little world, and I pull all the way back to here, quantum quackery says that we should just keep going back and back and back and back and back.
Like
And I
this
think-
ever tiling screen here.
Oh, here's a bad flat earth argument that bothers me. When people say that they don't see the curvature and they aren't going to redirect an airplane to go over a hill, they always leave out the part that technically in their model, they're already on the hill, so it wouldn't register. You know what I mean? It wouldn't register as like, hey, I'm going straight, 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 and then bam, hill. It's like, no, you're already on the hill, so it's always going to look like that. This guy at a flea market the other day, I overheard him talking about, so this guy at a flea market the other day, right? He's talking about ISS fakery to the flea market vendor. And the other guy's talking to him like, Yeah. You know, I heard about that. I heard about that. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just here to sell shit. The guy was selling like, you know, jewelry and stuff like that. You know, the typical Typicles was there, the god of typical, Greek god of ordinaryism. And I overheard the guy and walked over like, boing. I'm sorry, did you say ISS flakery? Fakery? Yeah, they're on you know, wires and stuff, you know. They're on wires and stuff. And I was like, yeah, you know, I don't really believe that stuff to be true. Although the stuff from the 80s,
this is a big puppet show or something. What?
The stuff from the 80s is pretty convincing, right? You know, the shit from the Challenger, not the Challenger. There was another Challenger, you know.
The Dodge Challenger.
So I'm talking to the guy, and he's like, I'm like, well, you know, hey, Earth's flat because it's flat in every direction that we look in. And the guy says, yeah, but what about the moon? You know, the moon's not flat. What are you talking about? I saw it out of my telescope. And he went on and on and on to talk. He was talking about this telescope at an observatory and stuff. It's like, they got the best telescopes. I'm like, I think the Vatican owns all the fucking telescopes, as far as I know. Yeah, but what about the planets, you know? Don't tell me that the planets are flat. You can see that they're spheres. I'm like, I don't see that they're spheres. I see that they're just shapes. They're just shapes. And they can't be that far away because I see them. Back to the beginning, what we were talking about. Remember? If you can see a fucking star, then that means it has to be close. Because you can't fucking see anything else. You can't see anything. If you can see something, it's got to be within the range. It has to be. Or else that means humans can see into infinity or the fucking light years that make absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. So I'm going to stick with the idea, the meme, the mnemonics of how do you prove it to yourself? How do you prove it to yourself in your head that the Earth is a sphere? And why?
Well, even the light thing, like like when people prove it to themselves, a lot of times, like, I mean, I've spoken to some people that are like quantum physics students and people that are into that kind of like level of this is where the real science is happening. You know what I mean? All this other shit is like boring. And they like to look at the quantum aspect of it, and that's like its own meta warp. You know what I mean? Where you have to couch it all within science. You know, all the fun stuff when you talk about you know, how light might work or how, you know, forgive me, gravity or any of the natural phenomena in natural science, right? That you'd be observing on a quantum level. You know, and so what part of that is like is accurate even, you know what I mean, and what part of it is just so theoretical that it is like whatever, like Tesla said that you know, it's built so far away from the essential truth of it as a natural science that it's, even though it is mechanistic, mathematical, theoretical, and all that, experimental even, it's far away from what is actually occurring. So I don't know. End rant / backslash. So it's like just it's like a multi-level marketing of indoctrination that way, you know, because you get people on specializations off of a certain field. So like all of engineering is going to like say, yeah, you know, whatever standard, you know, blue plate science, this is what it is. Physics is part of that, and so therefore, but you know, physics is its own thing. Natural science, material science, they're very distant, even though they are like totally applied. I don't know. Everything's interwoven, and it's difficult to like to have a conversation, like an extended conversation with somebody where were you saying, like, I'm trying to get back to your point, I really am, where you're saying it's like you create it in your own mind, or what you prove it, how do you prove it in your own mind? You know, people prove it in their own mind with quantum physics. People prove it in their own mind with movies and things that they remember from, different things that they've seen in space documentaries and things like that.
They reference.
So, right, they're referencing. Yeah, but not their own point of reference, though.
Right.
They're referencing other people's points of reference, and that's the distinction I think you're trying to make. And hopefully, I've tied that in a nice little bow. And I'm going to shut up now and walk away quietly.
They're referencing found knowledge. Shit they heard on the radio. Shit, not that I heard it on the radio. Shit they saw in movies. You know, the way through osmosis that things just settle into your head through repetition. You know, the first 7 years of anyone's life is so crucial. That's when you do the heavy programming. And it's not even heavy programming because it really doesn't take much. That's how you're that is, hold on one sec. Stand by. Development, that's the word I was looking for. That stage, these stages of development are just and so important. You can really stick anything in there. They're critical. They're developing, recording. I think they're taking everything down. You know, there's a lot more going on in the child's head than we're told to believe, told to understand, and that there's a lot of unseen forces in the air. There's a lot of psychic activity that's happening. You know, just look at body language. You know, we've gone through the whole whole thesis with language and linguistics and casting spells, and that is just another realm unto itself. I mean, language itself is fucking, you know, the fact that you can change how someone feels with words. But when you deprive kids, abuse them, neglect them, you'll have a damaged adult. And a damaged adult is an adult who doesn't know where the fuck he lives. He's damaged if he thinks this fucking earth is something other than what it is. And when he can't prove it to himself, when he actually asks those questions. And the problem I have with a lot of people is that they think we're not allowed to ask these questions. And that's a scary fucking thing. Because where do you draw the line? Water boils at 212 degrees, doesn't it? I think it does. Okay, that's an objective fact, isn't it? That's the truth. But I can be a dishonest person and tell you the truth about something. But when you're honest with yourself, all things fall into place after that. Everything falls into place. You know, everyone's doing everything to themselves. And if they don't think so and they think it's someone else's fault, then they're really not up to the challenge. I'm willing to take responsibility for myself and everything happening in the world. I'm willing to do that. When an infant achieves in growth from conception to walking and hitting the terrible twos is phenomenal. At no other point in a person's life will they develop and learn this quickly, this much. It is almost visible to the human eye. Each new day's development, if you really watch your newborn unfold. But you can't change someone's innate personality. That I believe. You know, they become someone, that's that's a person's individuality. That's their uniqueness that we all have. And some people are not willing to go there. Some people are willing to be themselves. And the ones who aren't are just copying other people. They're doing whatever they need to do to satisfy others. So there's zero confrontation when it should be the other way around. That if everyone just got in each other's faces when something was wrong, we'd get closer to a better world, I think, or something that's somewhat more resemblant of a better world. ADR says gravity. Gravity. I don't know what to say about gravity. I asked a doctor about gravity, and she said it was just weight. That's all. I think things fall to the ground because the ground is beneath us. Like if the ground was above us, it'd probably fall upwards. But I asked someone the other day, and it got really, really hairy. Started to get really awkward when I said, but can you show me something that attracts other objects because of its mass? And can you show me how it would change if the object became smaller in size or shrunk in size? Would it attract things less? Would it have less of a pull of objects? Like, I'm not getting pulled towards my car out there. So what's the deal? Well, the example that we use is the Earth. Well, I can't falsify that. So it's got to be tossed out the window. I can't falsify it. It only happens once. Water sticks to a ball once. Even though that's a shit argument, sticks to a ball once. It does it on Earth. And everything, all the little tiny water molecules, each individual little molecule of water has its own gravitational, its own personal relationship with Earth and gravity. So that's why each little particle holds itself to the Earth. Or something like that. I mean, throw out whatever you experience in real life and throw out the fact that we don't need the Earth to be a sphere. There's no need for the Earth to be a sphere. Can anyone tell me why the Earth needs to be a sphere? Could you imagine if everyone got this tomorrow? It would be like, okay. Yep, I'll get a regular coffee, please. Everyone would just do what they do. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. But because of the level of deception, and I'm not one of the people who thinks that everyone is out to get us, because that's conspiratardism. Stay away from the conspiratardism. Please do yourself a favor. Stay away from it. Forget about Bill Nye. Forget about Neil deGrasse Tyson. Forget about it. Stop trying to prove to everybody that they're fucking lying to us. Stop trying to prove that people are lying. You know, that takes a lot of effort. And if you're not willing to go the distance, don't start. You know, don't start something. Don't put a video out there and just be like, hey, there's my video. There's my mark on the Earth. No, you have to live it. It's got to be 100%. You have to make it your life goal. It has to, if you quit your job and dedicate yourself to this fully, if it really means that much to you, that's what it's going to take. And I don't really know anyone who's doing that. I don't think anyone really should do that. You know, leave people to their own issues, to their own demise. You know, it would be great if people started to catch on the fact that, you know, taxation is not really fair. And that there's so many other things out. There's no leaders in this world with, like, every leader, politician, zero integrity. Right there. Start changing what we put in the schools. Start teaching kids. Change the curriculum around. Change the values. I used to hate that, hearing that shit when I was a kid. Oh, everything is just values, values, values. Stop letting other people dictate what your valuables are. You dictate what your valuables are. Nobody else. You. You go to sleep at night. You only have you in your head. That's it. Nobody else is in your head. And if there are other people in your head, go see a therapist. Nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. I see one once a month. Although he's not really a therapist. He's not a psychiatrist either. He's an internist. And we talk about shit. Yeah, I bet you don't tell him flat earth and stuff. I bet you don't do that. Yeah, I do. Because the more conviction I convey the idea and the less I try to prove it to him, the more he'll get it. Because I don't look desperate, like what I was saying before. When you start to look desperate, no one's going to believe you. I mean, why should they believe you? When you're in such need of approval and validation, that's not the way I want to go. I'm going to stick to my round earth over here. I don't need flat earth. I'm going to look like you in fucking 2 days. Fuck that. Round, baby. Hey, what are you guys saying over there? Round? Is it? Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Maybe another day. Weirdo. So stop trying to prove it to people. Spread the word. Absolutely. Spread it and then walk away. Do your thing. Look secure. Look convicted. Look, just hold yourself steadfast and walk right. You know, that's it. You're done. The earth is flat. What? You want to ask me questions? Come back. Ask me some questions. Everything else is just other people's words, other people's thoughts, other people's experiments. People need to start coming into their own. If Louis Wackets wants to believe it, go ahead. You know, who would pay attention to him if, like, look at his popularity in this live chat versus everybody else's popularity. Everybody, all the flat earthers, you're just another flat earther. But once you go against the grain, and I'm not saying that he's going against the grain for the sake of popularity, but it's convenient. Not a bad place to be. Huh? It might be. I tell these guys, is my mic muted? Am I muted over here? I want to just make sure, you know.
Good.
I just tell them that I tell them I'm a Glober, shit like that. That way, yeah, I mean, I go straight to the top. Straight to the top. Oh my God, it wasn't muted. That's all. I just tell them. I mean, look at I got girls calling me every day. Woo-hoo. Baller, baby. Balls. Shit, what time is it? 10:15? Oh, yeah. All right, Louis Wackets. You want your 60 seconds of fame? Here, I'll give the where the fuck's the link? But what are you gonna say, Wackets? And I don't hate you, just so you know. I don't hate anyone. People shouldn't occupy themselves with hating other people. Let other people get the best of you. I spend all my time hating this person. Really? It's kind of like atheists. Atheists technically shouldn't exist. Atheists technically shouldn't say anything. Because they don't believe in that thing the thing that doesn't exist. But as soon as they start telling you that that thing doesn't exist, it has to exist. Or else, what are we talking about? The existence of a God takes into consideration the non-existence of a God. Hello, Mr. Potato Head. What did he say? Say that again. The existence of God takes into consideration the non-existence of God. The existence of God takes into consideration the non-existence of it. Because non-existence is just another description. That's all it is. Doesn't really mean anything. Because if it didn't exist, truly didn't exist, the claim wouldn't be made that it doesn't exist. It would never occur to the person. Am I right, Issa Mahalski?
What up, brother?
If you're an atheist, technically, if you're a true atheist, you would never say anything about the non-existence of anything, because that thing that doesn't exist would never prompt you to say it doesn't exist.
If you were a true atheist, you'd be like in meditative bliss at all times, right? Because you'd just be accepting of everything. You'd be like a dog.
Well, let me ask you this.
Sits in the sun.
Do you know about that thing? The thing.
I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in it? Shit.
No, I don't believe. I'm such a hardcore non-believer. I don't even know what you're fucking talking about.
There you go. That's the hardcore atheist right there. What is he even talking about? No clue. I'm just on my way to work.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. You know?
Mm-hmm.
What is
That's
it?
the hardcore atheist right there. It doesn't give a shit to prove that something
all
doesn't.
All I can prove is that gotta work every day.
All I can prove is what I can prove to me.
Yeah, I guess. Funny, man. Hold on, I'm making a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Who's this German?
Do you hear my new song on it? What's up, man? Yo, when are we doing band practice, bro? Actually, I've been having I got a little bit of love yesterday in my super chat, so I feel obliged to compel you. I was thinking of maybe asking you and Hangnail to come and do a rehearsal.
Oh yeah, I'm into that.
Because you need, and I'll tell you what, and you need to fucking play with a metronome. Like right now. You need to just start having a metronome playing at every fucking waking moment of your life. I mean, me too, most likely. Me too, most. The only reason that
Have you hung out with him?
I want to rely on your commitment to being on time. So you're the one who has to. Whoever, the drummy's got to be the metronome fucking thinger.
Nothing wrong with metronomes. Metronomes are great, especially drum machine metronomes. You know, anything that's a electronic method of keeping a beat or whatever.
Right, but I used to know this one drummer who was like, hold on, like he was a reggae guy, and he would like literally like fix his metronome for every song. So it was like he literally like couldn't go into the next song because he had to wait to get his metronome and it was like, oh my God. So like, it was just brutal. But some guys are that proficient. He was actually a drummer for Alpha Blondie. Interesting enough. I don't know if you know who that is. But
who, Clem Burke?
No, this one dipshit. He even tried hitting on my girlfriend and shit. It was a total scum.
I remember that guy. I met that guy.
Clem Burke is an amazing drummer. The drummer of Blondie.
But anyway, you fucking what do you call it? You get a metronome and like that, and I think that cat Hangnail plays the guitar really well. And then what do you call it? I would need a bass, and then a bass player, and then we got to get Snack over here, and then
I'll be out there on the 30th or something. Reloaded, new saxophone.
No shit.
Courtesy of some very, very good friends. And
wow, very cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's I decided that my saxophone was not good, and it was it's got a real intonation problem, and I don't encounter this until I really had a live situation. I never really played with it much live, It's kind of just studio stuff, so it's under the best of conditions. Whatever, just in my apartment. So I'm getting a more real piece of metal to put some sound through. So that should be awesome. And I'm still I'm waiting to might talk to that girl Allie today.
Too eccentric, Snack. I'm happy to hear that though. Fuck yeah, get the fucking
all right, man.
Get the horn down. I think you can make fucking you can take like a paper clip and a rubber band and make an instrument out of it. So I don't fucking know what you do. Just keep doing it. And just like because it sound like I think if we got a little bit of like practice in, and then the other thing is too is that I want to like we could really expand because if we get a band, then I can write so much differently, and then you can throw in the horns and you know what I mean. We could fucking throw down, man. I think we could probably even get a couple gigs, and actually, really, we could be looking for like let's say like next summer. You know what I mean? Like so, like let's say like this coming next like 4 or 5 months, if we did a couple gigs and kind of earned our little bit of credibility, I could probably get us some gigs down. And we could play maybe a couple. Like we could play maybe there's a bar down there called Jamien's. You know Jamien's. So maybe get a gig over there, and I could bring my hometown crew and fucking we could have a real good time, man.
I think we can actually get Jonathan from New Jersey if he's still in the area. I think he'd have to come and check it out. I think. He probably wouldn't show. I don't know. He's Mark Sargent's first co-host.
Oh, I'm good.
Jonathan from New Jersey.
Oh, Jonathan Macedo?
Oh yeah, you were friends with that guy, right?
Wait, what does he play?
No, he just doesn't live far.
Right.
Is he still in Jersey?
I think so, yeah.
Hey,
Anyway,
what do you use as a microphone?
We can get that, and I don't know. There's a couple places like up around that area, man, in Highlands, and some fun places to play.
Asbury Park is the shit, man. Asbury Park has like a ton of music venues.
I think Asbury Park to me is like a total FEMA target. Asbury's like, it's where Springsteen's, about like from, I guess.
But there's people.
There's people that they do Comic-Con there. They do a zombie walk. They're ready for Flat Earth.
Exactly. They're into that kind of shit. I'm all into it. I'd rather that than the fucking normie mainstream shit that I see in fucking Manhattan all the time. Manhattan's gotten to. I did a show last night with a band called Rhye, RHYE, and wow, they were fucking so tight. Like you can tell the keyboard player they were all like Juilliard, like level. Like the bass player knew the girl. There was a girl playing trombone and an upright cello, like an electric cello. So it wasn't it didn't have a big like body to it. It was just the neck and the pickup sort of thing. And then there was also a fiddle player. A guy had an electric violin because it was a small violin that had a pickup on it. And they were just the drummer was great. And the lead singer sang and also had a snare, a floor tom, and a hi-hat right next to him. So he went into this thing where they were both the drummer was playing and this guy was going at it. And then he would switch back to singing. But shit, man, I was just watching them play. They're so damn tight. And it was real smooth, jazzy kind of vibe, but very like sensual, very like
sounds boring, Haunted. Sounds fucking boring.
But it doesn't. But
fucking music over here. We don't fucking deal with that elevator crap.
These guys were tight though. I got to give a band credit. If
you know who else is tight? You know who else is tight? Nickelback, dude.
They are tight. But it takes this is the fundamentals to recording. You got to have a song. Song's got to have beginning, middle, and an end, or at least a beginning and an end that works, or else it's just jamming. And people get bored with jamming. When you give it a name, give it a front and a back, bam, package it, send it.
Yeah, that's true. But you need the lyric. You need parts of a song to make a song. So we've got parts of songs. It's just like, where do we cut it and where do we tape it? And it'll get to something.
Back in 2000, 2000 to 2005, I was playing in a band in Brooklyn, and it was real indie rock kind of stuff, psychedelic, drug rock, we called it. The most important thing for us to get down was the sound we had together as a band. Outside of audio equipment, sound reinforcement, did we hear each other playing? Like, did I hear the guitar? Did I know what the two guitar players were doing? Did the bass player, was he locked in? It's got to be that first. Then it can become something. Then it can be presented to an audience, because people will turn their heads when they hear like off key, kind of like, dissonant stuff that's not in tune. Being in tune is so crucial. like I've jammed with so many different people before and seen people jam, and I've watched bands on stage that like almost have it together, but not quite because maybe the drummer's a little off. But this band was
Yeah, I'm talking about the new shit. I'm talking about like the whole idea that we get together, you get a metronome, we start start listening to Jimmy Cobb, start listening to what's his name? Start listening to Toots and the Maytals, their drummer, Bob Marley's drummer.
Toots and the Maytals.
I don't want to hear about the one time you did the gig with them. I'm just saying that you need to listen to them dudes and then get that, like, even like I love the one guy who puts the like a handkerchief in between the two cymbals. If you notice, Bob Marley's drummer, they'd put a handkerchief in between the hi-hats.
Dude, these guys last night,
deaden the sound out.
Lead singer, handkerchief on the floor tom, handkerchief on the snare drum, handkerchief on the other floor tom. I was looking at these guys. I'm like, you guys gonna play with those on there?
Right. So
yeah,
if you go watch. You need to just go, like, you ever heard of
Pressure Drop?
You probably don't know who Horsemouth is. Go watch. Have you ever heard of the movie? What's that? The Rasta movie, Snack. It opens up with Satama Sagana. It's
I'm not that good of a reggae drummer though.
Well, that's the point. Is you're gonna have to work on it, or I'm gonna have to find a new drummer.
Like
That's what I'm saying. So you better start fucking working on it because you're the only drummer I got. So I'm a dickhead too. So the thing
is,
that,
Toots and the Maytals, man.
Look,
badass.
Toots, but then
love those guys.
I'm gonna have to look it up real quick what this fucking movie is. I cannot believe I can't remember it right now.
Let me see if I can get this to.
Hold on, man. It's got Burlington Beer in it.
Pressure Drop's a bad song.
Oh, I'm so pissed right now.
Bro, you're gonna get yourself a copyright strike.
Yeah, you're gonna get a copyright strike, dude. Rockers.
Well, not only if I play a little bit.
This is the movie you gotta watch. It's called Rockers. If nobody's ever watched that, you need to go see that movie, man. Big.
Check this transition they do. This is not on the record, but they do it in this performance.
You're gonna get a copyright strike, man.
Right there. See that? They end it and then start it. I've never heard a band do that before.
Well, here's the thing, Haunted. What I gotta do is, like, when I get you when I get, like, it's like I had to kind of I taught Snack all that shit. Like, it's called the pinwheel, and like, all this other, like, when, like, I have fucking hand signals, dude. I have a whole fucking system.
Get up in the morning sleeping.
I have a whole system for live performance. So everyone fucking gets it.
Yeah.
Like, even like breakdowns and like,
oh yeah, man. I know all about hand signals.
Right,
you know who taught me? Isaac Hayes. And I watched him rehearse.
I'm a right fucking asshole, dude. Like, I am not friendly when I'm playing my music, man. In that sense, I'm a total dick. And it's like, Snack will vouch for that, I think. And
you're on the James Brown.
Yeah, I will. Exactly. Like, I will try to. If I could, I would slap somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
Whiplash.
Like, yeah, I'm the worst. Dude. Like,
you know what I'm talking about, right? The movie Whiplash.
I have a whole idea for a show.
Desmond Decker and the Israelites. That's a good band to listen to. Desmond and the Aces. I love that band.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like them, Issa?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but the thing is, there's different types of reggae, and there's like that Desmond Decker. I mean, yeah, I like that stuff, but it's almost.
It was just good feel,
Yeah, like I gotta say though, I like if you listen. My favorite album for the best drumming is Talkin' Blues from Bob Marley. And it's almost like it's like studio session style stuff, but you can really hear the drummer.
Yeah.
And you hear like that. It's just so like I can't explain it. That
That's
sound
good.
to me.
Haunted was playing his drums. He tuned them up to a point where I've never heard drums tuned like that. He was just playing it on the Hangout. You know, actually, it's before we went even live, and the overtones of like these drum heads is like wow, that's crazy. It's like it's almost way too much like sound is, but
It sounds it's
yeah,
exactly
man, like but there's a way to like like kind of blend the. See, I don't know. To me, like reggae is not played on like super highly like good kits. It's kind of just a lot of it seems to be. It doesn't represent sonically like that, like the older stuff that I like. But I don't know. I mean, I like a more subdued drum kit, I guess, for a lot of stuff. But
yeah, I like it low key, man. I like that. Like, and I like to hear like the rattles. Like it's almost like a rattlesnake on that fucking hi hat, man. You know, like that. Like just that thing is just so powerful to me.
Yeah.
You know that. Like I love, and it's like quiet too. Like it's weird. Like I've always like people have always said, like even when I play or anything, I always like I like it on that lower side of things. Like I'm not trying to be like, you know, just loud. Like, you know, I just don't like that. I want that control and then the emotion. You know, the song. Oh, I got some shit out. You know, I got something usually I want to fucking say. You know, it's like, you know, there's direction to it. It's not just some like I want it to be like, dude, just James Brown tight.
Oh,
that's
James
why
Brown. Jack DeJohnette. James Brown, he controlled those fucking two drummers, man. He had Jack DeJohnette on one side. He had Tony Williams playing sometimes. Shit, those guys are my idols. When everybody was listening to like Dream Theater, you know, that crap.
Everybody.
Like modern prog shit.
Right.
You know, especially the music dorks, like the dorks that would be at like Guitar Center or something like that. Sam Ash.
I've had the pleasure of seeing Jack DeJohnette live a couple times, and it's like, what the fuck? Like he just takes them, like turns it upside down, inside out, up, you know, whatever, and back again. And you're like, whoa, how did you? And everybody else is. But you know that he's not just fucking around with timing because the rest of the band is like in it. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing you can meet like a lot of music school cats that think they know everything about you know, like, you know, doing all that stuff, and it's, well, I don't know, to try to emulate Jack DeJohnette is like, you know, you got your hands full. But
yeah, I mean, if you're talking to a drummer and you want to know if he knows anything, there's one drummer he should be mentioning, Philly Joe Jones, and that's the end of this. If he doesn't know who that person is, get rid of him, throw him out, push him out of the cab.
Yeah,
like kick him out of the car while it's moving.
So I think probably for Issa's project though, like probably like a more like low key, like acoustic side of what the drum set sounds like. You know, like you know, handkerchiefs on cymbals and stuff like that probably would work good.
Yeah.
But you know, when we start playing stadiums, you know what I mean? Like we might have to retune some like the arrangements of how we do these. You know, like for a bigger sound or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We'll wait till then, though, right? We'll wait till then.
We should wait till then, I think. What do you call it?
Okay, man.
Haunted. Go look up Jacob Miller and Horsemouth in the movie Rockers and play that if you don't give a shit about strikes. Or just a minute, like it's literally just. I want you to hear Horsemouth. Horsemouth is a Jamaican drummer cat, wicked. I mean, just amazing. And just I want you to hear it. I want this is what I'm. This is what I want. You know? This is yeah, you should play it actually. It's so good. They try to mess with Jacob Miller's food.
Screw that rasta, cause when I somebody show me, hey, I know that bad chicks from jungle, man. You don't know it.
We're gonna play some music.
Watch your mouth.
Here it is.
Yeah.
play some jamming for Green Lion. So right now I'm at Anchor Studio. So I can tell you, I'm from Alpha. Do some recording for Green Lion. That's all.
Woo! I love fucking dub too, dude.
I need that headgear.
Osmo. I kind of want to get more something drum centric. I did this jazz festival once.
Hey, do me a favor. Yo,
The
check
Mo-
this out. Play Capleton, Raggy Road live.
I know Capleton.
Yeah, play Capleton, Raggy Road live. I love it. He does a great live version, and it's like just a great example of just this rhythm kind of shit, man. Because it's about the message, is what the music is about, man. It's about, like, you know, reggae means king's music. This is the music of the king.
When we were playing, it was so fucking low, like barely coming through. And I was hoping, like, once, you know, because it was the daytime, we could all really, you know, crank it up and get into it. But I think Brian, he was kind of like, you know, just playing to play. But I was like telling him, like, louder, man, make it louder. And let's really, like,
No, we got to remember, bro, this is the first time we ever,
yeah,
at least when we played, it was the first time we'd ever actually met, never mind fucking play together. And it's like, you know, I think that's, you know, I didn't expect whatever. I was expecting to do it solo anyway. Like, you know what I mean? It was nice to have a crew, but at the same time, it's tough to have a crew when we don't know the fucking songs. And, you know, like, there comes a time, like, you know, I like, even like, you know, until I get it down, it's almost like I would prefer to almost play solo. You know, until I have the unit, until I can make my stink and say what I want to say. You know what I mean? Because that's what the music is there for. It's not just like, you know, it's, I don't know, like, you know, having a party, good time, blah, blah, blah. That's great. But, like, there's changes to the music. There's things that need to happen. And, like, you know,
this guy right here, when I first saw you on Antonio's Hangout, I was thinking to myself, I bet his music sounds like this guy's music, Citizen Cope. He was on tour with the band I was with, and his songs are great.
I can't, dude. I can't.
It's a little bit more produced, but
yeah, no, I can't do that shit, dude. I can't do that cheesy fucking crap. Like, it just sounds, I don't know. To me, I mean, granted, people can talk shit about my music, but because I talk a lot of shit about other people. But as soon as I hear that fucking fake fucking revolutionist I can hear it already. I don't even know who that dude is. God bless him and all the rest of it. But it's like, it reminds me of, like, I waged war on Sublime. Like, I hate Sublime.
The band Sublime?
Yeah. I fucking hate them. And most people, and I don't like the people that like them usually.
It's like bubblegum reggae.
Because the point is that, like, you know, it's the kind of thing, it's like those, you know, the guy died of a heroin overdose. He wasn't he wasn't fighting for the earth like reggae music is supposed to be done. He just jacked a bunch of reggae beats. You know? I don't know, man. That shit pissed me off a little bit.
What's the other fucking seat?
Oh hell no, dude! Looking at that album cover, oh fuck no, dude. It's like Metis Yahoo. I almost beat up Metis Yahoo on fucking.
Oh, I can't stand that dude.
On A Street, I almost whooped it. Yo. Because I was like,
you let
Free
him get to you,
Palestine,
man.
what?
You let him get to you.
No, I walked up to him. I said, "What?" I was like, "Free Palestine, bitch." And then he shaved off his beard like he should have. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
90.3 FM.
They own Brooklyn. These guys are great, man. They're from Brooklyn. It's like a 9-piece band called Antibalance. They can fucking rock it out.
Yeah, I heard Antibalance.
Boring. Oh God, no.
They're not playing for anything. That's all. They're just.
Yeah, it's like it's so.
It's a show band.
I can hear the fucking college education in that saxophone. I can hear the college education and the lack of soul. And every day that actual asshole spent in the classroom not suffering on the block. And I fucking hate those musicians.
Okay, this is something. Turn down a little bit. Fela Kuti. Okay, Fela Kuti's real. The president.
This is Egypt, 1984.
Everybody say, yeah.
But even like this shit's weird too. I don't know, man.
This band, dude. This band, Snack. This is the guy I was telling you about. This guy on. I don't know what kind of sax he's playing, but
yeah. You ever? You ever heard like there's an Ethiopian reggae band I'm thinking about, like called it's Malatu. This guy, this guy's badass.
What's he playing?
It's a
Hey, yo,
barrel
you know what's
sax.
good too is you ever know that band Midnight? They're like from Trinidad or some shit. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah. I think.
He pulls off this like Middle Eastern thing.
Yeah, well, it's quarter tones.
I think it was a Union Square thing that I saw.
Yeah.
Where the guy's just.
That guy makes me want to play Barry again. I haven't played Barry since like I don't know, elementary school.
But there's music that I listen to, and then there's music that I'll.
That's back when it was taller than me.
I don't
really. As tall than me.
The reggae I listen to is every Saturday morning, Super Soul Saturdays on KCR. Since I don't know, 15 years, man. Every Saturday is just 3 hours of straight reggae, and it's bands and songs I've never heard of, that anyone's ever heard of, and it's good. It's fucking all of it is good. It's like, why is it just we get Bob Marley? Not that Bob Marley's not great, but still, there's so much other good stuff.
Hey, yo, pull up a live version. Pull up Till the Soil.
So tough, raggy road is so rough, raggy road. Yeah, well, I've been trotting this road for the longest while. The career for them on the side, hey. Trotting this road for the longest while. Never you try, Papa, fall another one call.
Hey, what about this? Eddie Murphy.
What are you doing, man?
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
Never heard this before. Hey, I'd give anything to play with Eddie Murphy, man.
That's sacrilegious. I don't know what's going on there.
DJ Rescue.
Yo, I heard a really good Damian or not, is it Damian Marley? Is there like another Marley who's like even
Stephen
less
Marley?
well known?
Julian, is it Julian Marley? Is Stephen Marley?
It's Julian, Ziggy, yeah.
Yeah.
Does Julian have a band?
Maybe, yeah. I don't
There's
know.
some like it's a truth song, man. Oh man, like fire. Like you should listen
Probably
to it. Like,
Damien though.
is it Damien? All right.
I think what do you call it? He's got a fucking plethora of work, man. Actually, Damian Marley, and he's the original one who came out with the Flat Earth tune. Said if the Earth changed shape again, everybody will laugh, right?
So that people aren't criminalized.
Yo, Chota, you know what? I want to turn you guys on to somebody. Yo, Haunted, look up this cat, Meta Dia. META. Yo, I want everyone to go find this cat, man. Really, his name is Meta Dia, META. Next word, Dia, DIA, and look up the term Senegal. He's from Senegal. Wicked. I mean, like, really, I hope this guy makes it, man. Really for the people, like, really making people eat. Love this guy. Meta Dia, man. That's my boy right there.
Meta Dia, Meta and the Cornerstones, somewhere in
I
Africa.
used to play with him. Yeah, I used to play with him. He wanted me to go with him on keys, but I never did.
Ayo, yela, ayo, African jazz. A dozen drum divine, gonna stop this world. A fire beyond jazz. Equally, I know man is the root of all evil. And modesty, got all levels there. Being what you are is not terrible, yeah. Just be a man, don't be a devil. This what can make you good and say. Open your eyes and don't be blind, cause enemies come from behind. Keep the faith after sunshine. Just fire will be burning. No wicked man will be running. Say,
put the video on.
Somewhere in Africa, yeah. A dozen drop the fight, gonna stop this world. Somewhere in stand up, sisters.
Why do I fucking recognize that dude? I totally recognize that guy.
Yeah, he plays a lot.
Is he from New York?
Yeah, he's from Senegal. I met him in New York. I played with him quite a bit with the Cornerstones. I helped start his band. And,
he looks really fucking familiar.
But what do you call it? I played a lot of gigs with him. But I wanted to do my own music, so I never went with him.
This dude Toussaint, he used to sing for Soul Live. He went on tour with them, did an album with them. This was his first band. He was a fucking cool guy, man. When I met him, I think I was telling you about this story, Snack.
Let that track run. 1 sec.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, Meta.
Life on life is a open book, yeah. And everyone around and take a look, yeah. Experience is the greatest teacher so far. In the darkness, got to forward African righteousness. Somewhere in Africa, yeah. There's a trouble fight, gonna stop this world. A fire beyond dread. Somewhere in Africa, yeah. There's a trouble fight, gonna stop this world. A fire beyond dread. Somewhere in Africa, stop this war, stop this war, Africa. Somewhere in Africa, what needs unity? Stop this war, stop this war, Africa.
You good, Jet? Yeah, man. I really, I like that dude. I hope, like, it's almost like if he does well, the world will do well. He's a really good dude, man. You know, that's the thing too. A lot of, I started thinking about almost like a lot of these, like, you know how like we used to always, or people talked about like, you know, the older generation, like they're staying at work. So it's like the younger generation can't get the employment that's needed. Right. And so
I never heard.
And so like, well, it's a conversation on it, but, like, yeah, but the thing is that like, you know, like, so as these like almost, in the music world, I almost feel like there's like this opening up happening where like, you know, like, I hope, you know, anyway, and I hope, with the sense of, you know, good vibes, you know, we can almost reclaim, you know, this, you know, these industries in a certain way and reclaim them for better and for good, you know, like imagine like, you know, I started thinking last night, like imagine if people were talking about flat earth being a rollout and all this stuff like that. But like, you know, now let's say like you look at the stars, and I don't know if I'm mistaken or what, but isn't like we're supposed to be entering into a golden era, like as far as the old astrological design. Is that correct, everybody? Right? Is there, you know, like I know I was with Cathexis. There's a full panel there last night, but I wanted to ask about it because it had me thinking. If we are entering in, like, let's say astrologically a golden era, right, or something to that effect, then the thing is that let's say the way that the rulers, if you will, play it, let's say it is astrologically based, they would inevitably have to usher in the information that would make it a golden era and give the opportunity to those who could make it a golden era to flourish.
Oh, let me stop you right there. When you say golden era is supposed to have, what does that mean? Because the only people changing it, like a natural, like a nature change in
look, it's like, well, it's like let's say the elite understand the cycles of nature, and nature dictates what they do to the society. So it's like, you know, if it's like, you know, that time of the great year, you know what I mean, where it's like a fucking culling, it'll be a culling. It'll be the winter. It'll be the most horrible time. And then if it's in the stories that it's supposed to be a golden era, then they have to oblige. So that's why we would have these things like the internet, the rollout of all this information, because at one point we were meant to be kept in the dark. And now as we enter into like a stage of better development, it's almost like the elites, if you want to call them that or whatever it is, they do not go against nature. And it's almost the great year says that it's supposed to be a golden era for 1,000 years. So they have to oblige and provide us the information, kick out all those crazy fucking sexual predator, pedophile creeps. They have to route them out.
I think it's up to us that they don't control my life.
Good. I'm just trying to say that, like, you know, this whole deal. Like,
I don't understand what you're saying, though.
That's all I'm saying. It's like, let's say, like, computers and this rollout of all this information, the rollout of flat Earth, the rollout of all this, like, you know, beautiful philosophy, you know, about cosmology, which dictates your outlook on life. You know, all this will be adjusted. And
Have you ever heard me say
we're the instruments of that? That's all.
Have you ever heard me say that? Even if they told the world, even if, I'm trying not to say they anymore, even if the news came out and said the earth was flat, the population, society is in such a state, they wouldn't do anything about it anyway.
Right. So what they would do is they would release it. They would release it on
someone.
They would release it on them. They would release it on the corner of the internet so that the smartest people would be attracted to it, and they would then inject it into the conversation of society and gradually shape it, which is much like what's fucking happened.
Did you see that video I had up before? That dude was 2006 or 2007. He had a flat earth video. But I think that the consensus was just like not ready for it, or no one was ready to devote attention to it. But we're at a point right now where these systems in play, the people controlling public events, like the producers, the promoters, in terms of politics, though, not entertainment, the people who can produce these large scale crisis events, they're the ones who are going to shape what people think. Because what else is there to talk about at the end of the day?
Well, my point is that
You know,
as they slip into absurdity, because those of us
Yeah.
have fucking, you know,
Yeah.
those of us from this corner of the internet who were attracted to this discussion and all the information in the first place, we will shape it. Because what happens is that the overt news and all that stuff is slowly being distrusted by the masses.
Right. That's what I'm
Actually,
saying.
it's always been distrusted to some extent, unless during our time. And I think in reality, what will happen is that
You can only cry wolf.
What people
You can only cry
really
wolf for so
think,
long.
what people really think is not what the news is telling them to think. And and then by people's acquiescence, that's how they get what they want. But the point is that as we now learn and we now exist on the earth as a formidable individual, you know what I mean? That's when you can then, change that.
Yeah. This group of people that are yelling, wake the fuck up, 9/11 was an inside job, just to use that as an example. This group is getting larger. They can only cry wolf so many times. They can only cause these things so many times, unless we're all that fucking stupid.
Well, that's what
why
I think.
We
I
need
think
to voice our
Right, and-
opinions
well, that's-
and our thoughts with
And that's what you can
conviction, not
understand is how
conspiratardism.
And that's how you can understand how difficult it is to be a fucking king or a ruler in this situation, because you realize, wait a minute, these people are fucking retarded. So they're better off with a fucking school system, a secular system, and a bunch of Oxycontin. That's what they want. That's what they're voting for every day.
Yeah, the people who make a lot of money, who are driven by dividends and margins and who are driven by money, they have the most to lose. So once people start waking up to it, they're going to turn their pitchforks on them. So they have motivation to keep the masses suppressed in a state of just subtle comfort and stuff like that, and just keep them just enough appeased. So they got the TV and they got let out the technology a little bit. I'm sure there's mandates behind the curtains about what they can release, because all it is, a computer. My computer goes so fast. What's stopping it from going 10 times as fast? 10 processors. That's all it is. And some people might say, oh, but it gets smaller. It's like, so what? The new iPhone.
All right, what are we
next
talking
iPhone,
about again? I don't get it. What's going on?
The next iPhone, 10 iPhones from now is already here. So as long as they keep us in a state of comfort, no one's going to say anything. But the people who are saying things right now, like wake up, that we're being fooled, you're everything is being taken out from under you. We need to keep saying that. But what hurts it is the Alex Jones, the fucking idiots with their Illuminati talk, and that kind of shit. That just makes everyone go, wait a minute, I heard something. I think I'm supposed to wake up. No, it's just Illuminati conspiratardism. I'm going back to sleep. Nothing to see over there. And then things go on as usual. We have another crisis attack, crisis event, terror attacks. There's no terrorists. There's no danger. There's just people. But power corrupts absolutely. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. I like when people say people are waking up. Like all these podcasts I listen to, someone will throw in, people are waking up. I don't care if people are waking up or not. I mean, I care, but I don't care if that statement has numbers behind it. But the sound of it sounds good.
The only way to deal with it is just keep moving forward and just practice. What do you call it? It's like practice. I mean, I think if we wanted to, I've been thinking about it in the sense that, hey, if I wanted to do the music, I'm gonna have to put some fucking effort. And just because I would love for it to have, I would love to be able to do it and give it a crack and try to, play a little music publicly and have some fun with it. I think it'd be cool. And I think even if we just play a couple gigs around here or there and a couple FEMA camps, So I think if
you're gonna call the shots, have shots to call. That's all I have to say.
well, yeah, I mean, I got, my thing is like I would, like I'm saying, I could try to set up a little recording studio. I want to talk to Hangnail, or not like a little rehearsal spot, and then talk to Hangnail, and maybe we can meet up. I don't know, how can you get to Brooklyn by any chance, or?
Oh yeah, I can get to Brooklyn. That's where I used to rehearse.
All right,
Where's he from?
So I could find. He's out in Long Island. I'll find out what he's up to. But then even so, I mean, maybe even like Brooklyn or Manhattan, I'll get us a little spot. There's 2 spots that I know, and so we could do.
I've seen some of his. I don't know. Maybe it was just the video that I saw. But do you know what his taste in music is? He was
I don't.
Like Dave,
Well, no.
Dave
My thing is,
Matthews.
I don't care. Like here again, like I will even like if people come down to the rehearsal, like you know what I mean. I'm even thinking of doing it like this is how I've done it in a couple of years. It's like I'll pay people like $20 to come down to the rehearsal. So it's like, look, I don't give a shit what your fucking taste in music is. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anything. I want to fucking do these songs this way. I don't want to fucking, I know how I want them to sound. I'm going to, it's like I'm going to do a tip. And it's like if people are down with working with me, then that's cool. If not, I'll go fucking solo because I'm a total asshole and I'm hard to work with. You know what I mean? Like, when I get real. And I think, but I think also I believe in what I'm saying and I believe in my music. So, I'd want to have a band to be able to eventually support it with. But you know what I mean? Like I also know what I want. So. But I also know that I want people like Snack or like guys like Hangnail to like be able to play a solo, out of left field and be able to have fun with it, but play it in a certain capacity. I don't necessarily want to, I don't know what the brother's style of music is, but from what I understand and what I played with him is that he seems like, he's talented. I would probably have to tell him to tone it the fuck down and not play so much because I like that I like a certain sound. I'm not trying to fucking have like, I said, it's like I want to hear your college, education on the fucking horn.
He's motivated enough to play. I don't know what the fuck the video was. It was playing. It was like I think it was a Dave Matthews song or something like that. But yeah, he can still play the song with.
It's hard to. It's hard to go like at something like Dave Matthews. I mean, Dave Matthews is a band that it took them like a whole year before they understood what they wanted to sound like. That's not the kind of situation. Like that's a really very particular kind of sound. Some of those things. Like I think it would be kind of like it might be interesting to just kind of like. Yeah, I mean, you sort of don't know what you have. I mean. But if he's just trying to like basically craft these to be like his tunes his way or whatever, then that is what it is. Just musically, I don't know if like it would be nice to kind of like get to know what the extensions are of it. You know what I mean? So you could say like, okay, well, just so look, we all know like that there's a ceiling on like there's
it don't go there area.
No, I don't mean that exactly, but I mean just like just to know the capabilities of what the unit can do is good because then it's like, oh, we're making a decision to play. We're making a decision to play like this for this band. You know what I mean? Then it becomes a little bit easier to kind of check your ego. For me, it does anyway. Like just like let me just fucking run roughshod over it for a second, and then it's like, okay, I get what this music is. But it's like a mystery if you give it to me a chord at a time and a note at a time or something. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I was at Guitar Center the other day and I was watching these guys. These guys play on drums. And the dude was he obviously was like a beginner drummer, but he was trying his darndest to do this like really difficult beat. He was like using both hands and like doing these rolls all over the place. He couldn't do any of it right. And I just wanted to tell him, I was like, dude, just play the easiest, simplest beat, boom, bop, but play it with fucking all of everything you've got. And you'll realize that all you've ever been listening to is that really fucking simple, easy beat, but it's been played with such conviction and such, force behind it, like belief behind it. Because a band that likes what they're playing on stage and enjoys themselves is a lot easier to listen to than a band that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Like, doesn't know if they like the music they're playing, or they seem like.
Well, here's the thing.
It.
I mean, you know, a song. You could take any song and you can crank it up to 1 million down to 1, right? Just, you know, I think it's just about, like, you know, maintaining where. I don't know, just an idea of the song. As far as, like, you know, you can look at it like it's like almost like a reduction in some sound. You know, it's supposed to sound like a little bit old. It's not supposed to sound too polished, right? Like, the aesthetic is important to what Issa's music is. So it doesn't want to be like too clean. You know what I mean? There's a kind of style that's trying to be, but it's got to be on point and on time, and it's got to be, like, you know, thoughtfully put together. It's not, you know, just because it might sound like a little bit, you want it to sound a little bit rough, I think, but it can't be disorganized. You know what I mean? That's not the trade-off. It's just like it's going to sound. It's going to sound how it's going to sound as a choice, rather than it being like, you know.
Yeah, hey guys, I got to get my ass to work.
Cool.
Probably an hour ago.
Wow. Well, yo, get moving. Hey, yo, put like an hour in on the drums today with a fucking metronome.
Oh yeah, I practice all day long, man. Wherever I'm driving, I play on the steering wheel.
Get on that drum. Yeah, get the metronome popping too, though. Yeah, get it popping.
How do you know a drummer's at the door?
How?
The knocking speeds up.
A bad drummer, you mean?
Is that a good drummer at the door or a bad drummer?
Yeah, how do you know a bad drummer's at your door? You know? All right, yo, freaking, I want to get out of here, get to work, man, and figure out, get a little time in with that metronome.
Yeah, but I want to say too, like, hard to catch the downbeats, right? Like the way we were playing them. I mean, I think he kind of, there was a couple like starts and stops to some of the songs that we did just in the sound check.
Yeah, you gotta go hang around with the brothers on it. You need to go.
Who's got it on?
Like, hang around, get a little loose. You're a little bit like stiff and white and the fucking. You just got it, but you got it though. I feel like you must be Jewish.
I love hanging out.
Probably Jewish or something, like, you know what I mean.
I know he's got tons of soul.
Get a little like he's Orient somewhere, you know. So like I think find that, you know. Find that.
That's all right. Well, me, Haunted, and I'll hang out, and we'll get some Kennedy Fried Chicken somewhere. And,
so seriously, like, or just listen to, you know, go. Who's a great, you know, like James Brown. Like, really listen to that.
Carry the hot sauce with you.
But not even James Brown. Listen to Horsemouth. Listen to that reggae, because you got to learn that drop is on the 2 and the 4. You know, it's not on the and okay.
1 and a 2 and a.
Yeah. Okay. It's on the 2 and the 4, and it's not like 1 and 2 and 3. It's like a 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So you got to get that down. So you get out of that white guy.
It's on the upstroke.
It's like you got to get out of the disco, cokehead, white man taking over the world mentality and get it more into the laid back.
You have to feel the negative space.
Yes, you know? Yeah, get out of that. No more coke, no more Adderall, man. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's just stick and hi hat now.
Yep, hi hat and the kick. Hi hat, kick. That's it. Yep. Snack can do whatever he wants, only because he's so fucking eccentric that it works. But the point is that's what do you call it? But get to work, motherfucker, and maybe I'll go live in a little bit too, guys. Maybe we'll carry on later on if you want.
Zach, when are you coming here? Or we'll talk.
I think I just booked a flight for I'm on the 1st of December, guys. I'll see you.
Oh.
I'll be in the Tri-State area.
We'll get some coffee. Get some coffee down in Clifton.
Well, yo, let's try
coffee. We'll go to Katz's Deli. We'll get some pastrami. Hey, who knows?
We'll get the rehearsal going. I'll get some pork roll sandwiches. We'll hang out. It'll be great.
Hey, can we do a live stream from Can we do a live stream from Katz's Deli? What? Hey, they got good mustard.
right. Yeah, I'm out. Peace, guys.
Peace.
See you guys later. Thanks for showing up. Hey.